Cool.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. Hello, everyone out in Twitch world.
Yo.
Yo, yo, yo. We are with Liam, Vulgar Dissection. How we doing, man? You good?
All right, everyone.
Cheers in the
All
air.
good.
Okay, yeah.
Loving it. Loving
Aye.
it. Myself, Jim, Mill, and Simon from Hedra. Sitting here to chat some shit tonight, like we normally do. Have some fun. How's it going, man? You good?
Aye, absolutely spot on. Brilliant.
Okay.
Looking
Thank you,
forward to
mate.
this.
How's everyone else?
Good.
I'm fine, thank you very much.
Oh, you're
How
welcome.
about you, Jim?
Anytime.
I'm tired. I'm always tired.
Oh,
tired.
Jim. Why? Why are
I'm
you
just
tired?
at that age now. I'm at that age now where it's really nice to go to bed. And
Get
I'm
more
really
beer.
to go to bed.
Nice and cozy.
Whereas like 20 years ago, I wanted to stay up to the very last, very last bit, like 3 a.m, so I could catch all the dodgy bits on Channel 4. But now I'm like, I don't give a fuck about all that.
What do you mean, dodgy things?
Well, Channel 4 used to be the naughty channel, didn't it? You know,
Ah, okay,
all
Ani-
alright.
all the
Animal
filth.
Planet after midnight.
Yeah, now
It's
we've
just-
got it
it's not
24
with
hours a day,
animal.
it don't matter.
Or, not, or you should say, not only animals. Jim, did you know that breakfast is the most important meal of the day? You should just have that on a lunch. That you will be fine.
Yeah, I've not had breakfast for about, I don't know, it must be at least 10 years.
Really?
I don't do
Oh,
breakfast. Yeah, don't do breakfast.
You're
Liam,
doing
what-
just one meal, yeah? You
Pretty much, yeah.
And it's liquid.
Yeah, there's that as well, yeah.
You don't chew anymore.
Liam, what is your
Caught me out.
Liam? What is your go-to breakfast, man?
I knew it. I knew it.
pumping on the stereo. Alright.
So what is
That's
everyone's
brilliant.
go-to breakfast then?
I don't need breakfast myself either. I'm
You
the
don't
exact
fucking
same.
hell, what's wrong with
No.
you people?
Just
I
wait till
have
dinner
a-
time. It's grand.
Go on, Camille, what do you have for breakfast?
I have a pork joint for a breakfast this morning.
Pork joint.
Yeah. I know it's not healthy, but I couldn't resist, you know. It was so delicious. And that skin, you know, around with that fat, greasy stuff, you know, just put mustard, slice of bread, and
How do you?
Was that
eat
on cornflakes or?
but
Probably on
milk over it.
cornflakes.
Weird,
awful.
man. That's
Oh,
so weird.
steak flavored.
yeah, it's
Cocoa
like
Pops. Nice.
So weird.
not always you can have a breakfast like that, you know. Usually it's a porridge or something like that. But it's Sunday, you know, it's a celebration day. So something
Terrible.
unhealthy in the morning.
Terrible, terrible, terrible. So yeah, we've got Liam from Vulgar Dissection here. You are the vocalist and guitarist?
Vocalist and guitarist, one
Okay.
of the vocalists.
Oh, okay, so there's more than one.
Yeah, so me and the bass player Luke, we
Oh.
split the vocals depending. It's all depending on which part we're playing.
Yeah, yeah.
Depending on how technical the part is or which part suits either of our voices. Even though we both go for the low growl on our latest release.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's,
Cool.
good
Yeah,
vocals.
one's at 800 hertz and one's at like 400.
Aye, absolutely, aye.
You do the higher parts. I can't even.
Well done. This is it.
Can't even do it.
No, man, I was obviously we were chatting just before we started the show and like the stuff earlier this week, and it's fucking brutal, man. So brutal.
Aye, cheers, man.
And then as I say, you drop in on the chat and you're like proper like polite, really quite quiet,
Yeah,
like, you know,
aye.
softly spoken. I was expecting like some proper like, you know, hairy ass motherfucker that like
Proper gym.
Yeah.
that sounds like he smokes like 60 fags a day. But no, man.
That's
Like,
the rest of the band. That's
Oh, is it
Luke
really?
and Christian. You want for that?
also like, you know, what's the word? You know, be prejudiced or anything, or
Aye.
what's the stereotypical of like how you guys viewed? Sort
Aye.
So yeah, tell us a bit like how the band started. Like, how do you know the other guys? Like, how did you happen to form the band?
So from I think we started in like 2016, but we'd known each other for years from various like cover bands
Yeah.
along the way and guitar lessons. Me and Christian, the drummer, were at the same guitar lessons when we were like 12-year-old. And then Slayer happened and bands like that. We're like, yeah, let's just play some death metal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, you
Funny
like,
enough, the start of Vulgar was we were a thrash band called Lightbearer.
Okay.
For a brief moment of like 3 months, and then we
Right.
realised we couldn't. That wasn't our our calling almost. So we
yeah.
chose death metal instead.
Yeah, as you do, like just turn it up just that bit much. Like,
Yeah, just a little
that
bit more. The low growls definitely
I
came
was gonna
in.
say, like, because you sort of say, like, from like cover band and things like that. How the hell do you go from like playing covers to playing the real kind of brutal stuff that you do?
I think it was always we'd always done the brutal stuff as a jam.
Yeah.
Whilst we were doing the covers, we were always like jamming like Cannibal Corpse songs and Slayer songs. So it was always just meant to go in that direction alongside the covers that we did, like ZZ Top and Thin Lizzy and stuff like that.
Yeah. So like that's kind of like the main inspirations then is like things like Slayer or
Absolutely, Slayer, Cannibal Corpse, massive influence. Dying Fetus for myself, especially.
Yeah.
In terms of John Gallagher's technical guitar playing and vocal work.
And possibly the lyrics as well, because like in the UK it's really difficult to come up with lyrics because nothing fucking happens unless you murder
Exactly.
someone. So-
A lot of lyrics came from it's just like Exhumed's gore metal album. Absolutely, especially this album inspired loads of lyrics.
is it still about like being as fucking vulgar as you can possibly be? Like,
Oh, absolutely.
is it still all about like pulling the fucking guts through a vagina of a cow?
Exactly, absolutely. Perfect song. The last song that was played in the intro, Corpse Fucker, is exactly about that. Yeah, that's basically it. That was it. It was well, Luke came up with the idea for that song, and then we all formed the lyrics around that idea,
right.
just to be as disgusting and vulgar as possible and minging, basically.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not because you're like thinking along that path, is it? It's not because you're thinking,
No.
oh, I've got really sick and twisted thoughts. It's pure fantasy and like
Absolutely.
imagine kind of like a sort of like a imagine this sort of thing,
Yeah,
which,
absolutely. Just within the horror genre, completely. And inspired by the bands that we liked, such as Cannibal Corpse and Dying Fetus and Exhumed.
Cool. Is it like that something that is also a kind of go-to for you, like your guys then? So like if you're writing lyrics, do you like check out horror movies or that sort of thing? Or
Yeah.
Is that an influence?
Yeah, absolutely. So on the Buried and Forgotten album, it was I think it's Force Fed, The Flesh of the Dead, and Devoured are both influenced by the Texas Chainsaw Massacre films and different parts of the film, especially the first film.
Yeah.
Absolutely, like completely inspired by that.
Sick, man. Yeah. Once again, like whole kind of death metal stuff, horror thing really goes like hand in hand, doesn't it? And they both
Yeah,
kind of complement each
absolutely.
other for that reason, Obviously, I'll probably hand over a little bit to like Camille and Simon to talk about the guitar stuff, because it's always cool to like hear what gear people are using. So, as you say, like being a guitar player, like how many years have you been playing guitar, and what kind of gear are you using at the minute?
So playing guitar for how many years now? 13 years. I've been playing since I was 10. I'm 23 now. And gear I use is it's like changes depending on what I'm doing. So with Vulgar, it's we use 7-string, so we can tune to drop A like really easy. And my main 7-string for Vulgar is a ESP CLTD model, the MH207, I think it's called, in like matte black.
With active pickups or with passive?
Just passive.
All right.
So to get that to get a boost, I use a Maxon OD808 in front of the amp, and then it goes into a Marshall DSL 100.
All right.
Okay.
And like to be fair, on the head itself, I barely have any gain because I'm running that boost through with the Maxon. That was like from like Suffocation do that especially, so I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to do that.
They're doing it then, yeah.
To get that going.
Suffocation of fuck.
Absolutely.
I mean, like I not sort of dabbled too much into the death metal thing, like.
Huh?
Yeah.
Jim
I
Crow.
bought one of these. That is proper death metal.
Yeah, that's class. That. I've just bought the
death metal. Fucking hell.
The TC Electronic Eye Master, which is basically like a HM2, and I'm trying to work that into the sound
Oh yeah.
at some point in the future.
Do you
Do
have
you use any like delay
any
pedals
stuff
or
coming up?
anything?
No, well, I'm the only guitar player in the band, so it's basically just get the biggest rhythm sound you can get
Proper like dry.
to fill up like the space of 2 guitars.
Oh wow! And do you
Right.
double it when you record it and stuff?
Yeah, we
Well,
did when we recorded. So well, it was the way we recorded the album. It was me and Christian, the drummer. We went down to where we were rehearsing at the time, and we were like, oh, let's record an album, like just out of the blue. So to record the guitars, we had.
The quality's fucking awesome, man. It's really.
Oh,
really
cheers,
good
man.
quality sound.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
proper
I'm really,
DIY.
really
Like
impressed.
4 mics on the guitar cab we used, but I think we only chose 2 for the album. I think it was a 50. No, yeah, it was a 57 off the cone on a Marshall 4B12, and it was I think it was a kick drum mic or something like that, like on the
Yeah.
cone on one of them, from what I remember, and then a room mic like 6 foot away or something,
I get that ambience and
Excellent.
get like that natural reverb on.
just to get that like that air almost. Because the room we were in
Yeah.
was massive as well, so like let's hear all of it.
Yeah, yeah, sure, yeah, and like you want to kind of get that live feel almost as well, don't you? The feel of the amp
Absolutely,
as well,
aye.
you know. Say like the natural reverb, the natural resonance, that sound coming out. So, I mean, like what Simon and Camille are doing at the minute, they're doing like reamping the guitars.
Yeah, yeah,
Whereas in
absolutely, aye.
like all of yours, then it was pure like performance straight out of the amp.
Yep, absolutely, aye. That was just well, it was more that it was the only way we could do it at the time. I would have loved to have taken a DI and had something to reamp through.
It seems like an interesting process, and I know again, like Camille spent loads of time researching best
Yeah.
like box to use. I remember like Camille, what is it
Tweaking
like you were using to do the DI, man?
What I was using for recording,
Yeah, for the reamp, man.
for reamping. I mean, I haven't reamping yet. It says everything is with Jim. So we're going to use both amplifiers. The one will be Mesa Boogie, dual rectifier, and PV6500 plus. Also reamping
And then
box,
one of
which
these.
Jim is wrong camera, Jim. This one, yeah.
That one, yes.
Reamping
done.
I'm trying to
box,
get it because I can flip it.
yeah.
That's
Reamping
right.
box,
That's one of these inputs,
yeah.
which was a
Yeah.
pain in the ass. I just want to fucking jack in, jack out, but I had to
No.
buy a special lead for it as well, which was a
It,
pain
it
in
will
the
be
ass.
too easy. Come on.
Yeah, come on, man. We
Yeah.
don't,
Yeah.
like,
Also,
music.
we're going to use a microphone. Sure, I'm not sure which one. Is everything is in at the gym right now, and also we have huge case with a microphone stand and a cup with one speaker. So basically, we're going to reamping at home right now, but that everything will be quiet because this is like a sound isolating from inside. So basically, you just put everything inside, shut it. Put something on the top to just keep it shut all the time, and
can
use
sit
the
on it.
amplifiers. Also for amplifiers, we use that device which decrease the signal between amplifier and a cap. So if you
Oh,
have
sorry, yeah.
amplifier like 100 or 120 watts, like a PV, you can decrease the signal to like 60 watts or even 50 and still keeping like a full working tubes, which give you that special impact and sound. So yeah, we're going to do like this. Of course, the effects that probably will be recorded, added after recording. It depends which guitars. Some of the I hear that not rumors, just information. Get that information that
Gossips.
all that like a whammy pedal or wah pedal, they supposed to be added as you recording. So even if it's DI, yeah, of course. So we probably going to re-record it, some of the parts with that effects, yeah. So it's going to be like this way, yeah. I have also like a device with professional digital loading box, torpedo
Torpedo
live
notes.
2 notes. It's quite amazing. However, we still can't get that effect to just achieve a huge wide sound. So
Real sound.
Beefy.
And I think a lot of
yes.
it comes from the room sound as well. So
As well,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
like those VST
you know.
sounds, they sound horrendous. Like, I think every show, like, we bash on Five Finger Death Punch. That's what they use, and it sounds fucking terrible. Sounds like it
And
was.
most of the bands sounded the same
Yeah,
those days
it
because
sounds
of
like
that.
it was like recorded inside a fucking Walker's packet. It's terrible.
Yeah,
Horrendous. So
Pocket
bad.
amp.
heard that.
So obviously like the Vulgar Dissection album, it's out on Spotify, isn't it? That you released last year.
Yep. 5th of December last year it came out.
Yeah, so it's like we're just over 3 months old.
It's pretty fresh, like.
Yeah, sweet man, sweet. So and you said like it kind of you guys were just like, yeah, let's just record a death metal album. Like was that literally like that was it? We're gonna do this.
Yeah,
That's it?
almost, yeah.
Really?
So it was like mid the lockdown or something. We were like, yeah, let's just give it a go. Like, however we could do it. Like, we had like distance in that, obviously, but we managed to
Discover you
do
could
it
do the
somehow.
vocals.
The vocals, so the vocals
Yeah.
were like absolutely like the back end, and that was when we didn't have that space anymore either. We had to find somewhere else to record the vocals,
For obvious reasons.
which luckily we had our work a volunteer as a guitar tutor at this place, and they have vocal rooms that are like perfect for what we need to do. So me and Luke, the other vocalist, we just cracked out the vocals like as quick as we could because we wanted the album out.
Yeah.
Because we had everything else there apart from the vocals.
Like the cherry on top almost, you know.
Yeah,
When
it's
did
what
you
makes
start
it
the album
sound
then?
as brutal as it does. Recording process was last year, but writing it's been since the beginning of starting the band, really.
Yeah.
So the song "Fame Breaker" was like the third song we wrote, and it's just been changed and adapted along that time. And a version of it was on an EP we released like in 2018, I think it was. It's called Chainsaw Surgery, but we just made it better, I think, in our eyes anyway.
Like one of the songs
We
that
wanted to do
evolved.
something different with it.
What's kind of like the plan? Obviously, loads of the band we talk to is how the lockdown and the pandemic and stuff pretty much kicked us all down, and like it's made it really difficult to kind of be excited about music, to be enthusiastic. Obviously, like recent times, talking about how gigging's going to come back, and we're seeing those all over social media, all over the internet. Bands are being booked now, like gigs are being planned for like next year. Once again, just before we came live, you were talking about you're planning an all-dayer in Hartlepool.
Yeah, outside. The dates fluctuate massively now, but it's the date that we've got at the moment is the 5th of June. It's basically taking as many different styles of metal within the northeast.
Sorry, 5th of June, 21 or 22?
21. Hopefully, it's fit like aye. That's why the
That's
dates
really
fluctuate so
optimistic.
much. Absolutely, absolutely. But we just want it booked in so that we can always postpone the date to another time and keep moving it.
I think that's how like you guys are viewing like gigs, but something like we were having a big chat yesterday. It's better to kind of book gigs and have them push back than wait until we're allowed to play gigs, right?
I think what I've noticed is that a lot of people have had the slots booked for gigs. So people haven't had gigs booked if they had to. Basically, I don't have that slot, don't have that opportunity to book them because there's that many postponed and moved to this year, if you get me. So I think it's better just to book them as if you can.
Get them in. He send up onto the photo, just say, okay, when's this gig gonna happen, man? Go. So.
Yeah, exactly. Aye.
So you are optimistic, like June's gonna happen?
I think outside we might be okay with restrictions, but there was in the planning the restrictions are absolutely catered for. That's like our maximum capacity is within the worst that the restrictions could be.
Okay, so yeah, you're kind of
Which
like
isn't a lot of people, but
like
it's
lowballing
something
yourself
anyway.
almost, like so that
Yeah,
obviously if things can improve, then we'll improve.
we can
right?
always expand after that.
Cool.
We can increase the capacity after.
Cool. That's something that like you guys are going to try and do more, like putting your own gigs on.
Well, this is it's something that I've done outside of Vulgar anyway. It's called Metal Fever in Hartlepool, and we've tried to. I came to it a bit later, but we've tried to just put gigs on, like for the town, especially. It's very localized and is for the town and making a metal.
Is it a big town then, Hartlepool? Is it?
It's like a small seaside town, really. I think the closest We like get to like Newcastle. We're like quick drive from Newcastle.
So people come down there like from Newcastle to hang
Sometimes
around
that, yeah,
at
yeah.
the gig
It's-
and then get pissed on the beach till the early hours of the morning.
yeah.
Why
Aye.
Simon?
Yeah.
We're
We
always
need to
looking
do
for
more
people to
death
come
metal.
along.
Definitely. No, that's it. Saying would saying hunt, hint, nudge, nudge. We'd love to come play a gig up.
Absolutely.
Pest you on that one.
Yeah, we know it's not something. Always.
that'd be- What are some of the bands then that you've got on in June this year?
So I'll get the list up again.
Got the list.
So
So for
There's a
those
lot
watching,
of bands.
just
Liam-
before I forget anybody,
yeah. So anyone watching, Liam is the first guy to turn up with some notes for this.
Yeah,
wanna,
ever.
He's actually prepared.
Exactly, he has come prepared. So fucking,
aye.
I'm super impressed. So I'm gonna get my star of the week.
Class. So the lineup so far, subject to change depending on what happens. Odin's Revenge, Swarms, Vulgar Dissectionus, Collapse of Colour, Coral Snake, Kiss Kiss Kill, Ashes of Insurrection, Phalanx, Cast in Tefra, Play Dead, Gravity. And then we've also got another band from Newcastle called Buzz. Like we've had them on before, Metal Fever, absolutely outstanding. Really good stuff. Great bands that we've got on. Can't wait for that.
Awesome. And obviously, in regards to Vulgar Dissection, like what? How is your calendar looking like booking gigs at the minute?
Pretty slim at the moment, but it's just getting as many as we can, filling them up.
Get those slots.
It's
What happens?
yeah, organising them ourselves as much as we can. I think is the idea.
Yeah, I think we've got one so far.
I think ours is two or three maybe.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
One is
We're
better
not
than
that far
none.
behind them.
Sorry, Simon.
We are not that far behind. It's like they've got 3, we've got 1. It's good.
Hi.
Better than nothing, in it.
Ours is booked from like last year as well. So like it's like ones that have been postponed.
I think we're staying.
We also got
Festival.
yeah.
Or what? I really hope they're going to do.
It looks class. So many like mint festivals this year. Like I know they've all been postponed and lineups are constantly changing, but they all look class.
Bloodstock's looking good.
Oh, it's looking brilliant, isn't it? That's since we started Vulgar Dissection, that's been like our dream almost because we go there every year. Is to like play somewhere at Bloodstock, whatever stage, we don't care really.
I think
Mint.
once again, I think we're the same. Certainly for me, like, play any UK festival, have to be. Download looks pretty shit.
Hi.
100% like Bloodstock just better.
Absolutely.
Well, what about like a band in that? What would be the one thing you want to play like worldwide? Is there?
I think we've always had this conversation. Obscene Extreme looks unreal. I think it's Czech Republic. Obscene Extreme, but there's like if you watch like the videos on YouTube, say like what was I watching? Like say like bands that are on like beginning of the day, it's absolutely packed as well, and everybody has the same energy, like climbing up on the stage and that.
Probably like.
I just want to go anyway. Yeah. Yeah.
What about like?
Yeah, looks class. Yeah, but I think Obscene Extremes kind of popped out for us because that's like within our realm, like specifically. Oh,
Once again, like.
yeah.
When
Absolutely.
Simon, obviously, Poland. What kind of festivals were you given the chance? Like,
What?
I would like to play the Woodstock in Poland, to be honest. It's
God,
really massive stuff as well.
Mate,
Open air.
this festival is for 3.5 people. It's like there is no bloody chance that you will play that festival. However,
come on, man.
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
You destroyed my dreams.
That's
In
no
2
someone's aiming
seconds.
high. Jeez.
God damn it.
See, I
no,
wanna-
I'm just saying that's saying that that festival is actually have like a weird system of recreation of the bands. Like they taking so much different bands than you expect. Like there is a not really often you can see like a huge metal band playing. However, the bands what they play at festivals like big is just not really metal to the end, you know. So it's like it's a huge festival, but it's like a
All
I've
kinds
been
of
there
music.
once. I was so high. I was in a tent and just watching the sky for 5 hours. You know, I couldn't move.
Um,
Wasted.
Jim, what's
Then
like?
someone say, okay,
Sorry, yeah, Jim, what's the one festival like? We were just saying like the one UK festival. I think all of us want to play Bloodstock. That kind of some of the other ones are just certainly like some of the lesser ones are absolutely amazing, but kind of Bloodstock's kind of the ultimate like
yeah, I
endpoint
think
almost.
that like having been to the Bloodstock for the last 5 years, before COVID, obviously, it I was just absolutely astounded by the people there more than the bands, if you like, because
yeah,
it's just such a really great atmosphere of people that we know on Facebook, and even I've even turned up there and seen old friends that I've not seen for years from this area, from Norwich, and it's like they just want to hang out with you and get drunk with you and have a really cool time. So Bloodstock for me is #1 festival ever. And I've been to like the downloads as well. I went to download a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago, because Iron Maiden were headlining. And unfortunately, I am embarrassed to say I'd never seen Iron Maiden, even though I bought all their albums. I've never seen Iron Maiden up until then. Because the rain came down, everything was fucking muddy as fuck. There's like 3 or 4 tents, and you can hear the noise from all 3 of them at once, and it's just like, what's the fucking point in that? Really, it's just totally commercialized and trying to fucking cash in on everybody that likes the music by putting the fucking tents about 200 yards away from each other. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, but they just want to cram as many people into
It
a
is.
place. They don't give a fuck. Tickets out. We were saying like worldwide almost.
Hellfest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always a
Because
mint lineup, that
Hellfest
like.
is like, yeah, always got a fucking every single band that I think, well, I've not listened to that for a couple of years. I'd love to see that live. And just the layout of that place, and again, the atmosphere is very much like the Bloodstock atmosphere, but on a bigger scale. If Download did what Hellfest did, then everybody would want to be at fucking Download. But they don't.
Like the sort of brought up like seems the same sort of thing. Festival.
Yeah.
Lot to be said. Personally, I'd Sabaton because I'm. But yeah,
Proper
that's for a different reason.
metal warrior.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, be there singing along. So I'd like to do like go on their cruise as well. They do like a Sabaton cruise.
Yeah,
That'd
I'd love
be
to
class
do
stuff.
one of those heavy metal cruise.
Yeah, look at his death metal one.
I haven't heard of one, but I think there is like this. What was it? The 70,000 tons of metal,
Yeah.
where you will have some like
Yeah.
death metal bands play.
Yeah, is that in the States? Isn't it?
I think so.
It
Yeah,
is.
but a few mates
Yeah.
go and say it's like unreal.
Really?
Yeah, it's expensive though, I'd
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah, I see like crazy money. Code and Cambria don't never end. Code a Cambria fan, and I thought
Yeah.
about going, but like as I say, it was like thousands and thousands. Can't do this.
We should start a road up
Do it. Okay. We gotta get a blow up dinghy.
around the UK. Yeah.
Like, all,
Orfest.
yeah,
Just like
you heard it here first on Twitch. Orfest. Okay, we're gonna make this happen. You saw us 5 guys are gonna make Orfest happen. So all of us in our little rubber dinghies rowing around I don't know, the north coast or something. So Sounds hilarious.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm well up for that. I don't know how I'm gonna get my drum kit on a dinghy, but try. So like, what is kind of in the works, obviously, with you guys at the minute? Like, obviously, with the COVID shit, kind of killing everything, you guys have kind of focused your energy into putting an album together, which is pretty fucking cool. Which is, I think, a lot of people are doing. What's kind of next? Like, just kind of sitting and waiting for the gigs to come in, or like, are you guys looking different? Like, maybe kind of live stream shit that everyone seems to be doing.
I think if you mentioned that, I think it's in like 2 weeks' time, 27th of March. We've got a live stream with Retribution Alive.
Yeah.
I think it's like the monthly London Metal Night. They've been doing live streams all the way through lockdown, and we found a spot on the next one with Grave Huffer and
Oh yeah.
Diced Holocaustum. Yeah, we're on that. It's like free entry as well, which is like
Where can we
mint.
check that out, man?
I think it's just on their Facebook page. We shared it a few days ago. Yeah, it's on the Vulgar Dissection Facebook or the Retribution Alive Facebook.
Definitely spin for that. And like, how did you guys do that? Are you doing it like literally live or like a pre-recorded thing?
Yeah, it's at live. Yeah, we've got a place sorted and everything. We're all practicing the songs at home just to get because we haven't been able to rehearse for such a long time, just to get the songs up to scratch and do
Yeah, we've got to do that as well. It's like I don't even know if I can still sing.
That's
I
what I'm
didn't know if I
thinking.
could before, but you know.
Can I still do the low growls?
Still
as low as
looking
I did
for a
on the
bass
album?
player.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, okay, so you guys are not going to rehearse like prior to it. You're just literally doing like home rehearsal. You're going to turn up on the day, play this on.
Yeah, pretty much. Home rehearsal. We've found ourselves used to that anyway, almost, with us having such different schedules with our like outside lives, and it's managed to work. Luckily, it's
Oh, no,
out. It's a bit nerve wracking on the day when it comes, like, but
no.
we just hope for the best.
I mean, I obviously wanted to like ask about like the live thing as well because what you do is so obviously, like includes the name. It's pretty technical to do. Like, and I think it's so hard to kind of play the music, play and make it sound good live as well. That's something like you work so diligent, sound right, like and focus on the live things.
Absolutely, I even just the sound to get there with just one guitar player getting that big sound and then not taking Luke's space up in the bass area as well, and then the kick has to come through. All these different things have to come through. It's definitely something we try hard to get right, just to make it sound big, especially when it goes to the bits where me and Luke are doing tapping or something or some sweeps or something at the same time.
There's how many
Make
of
that
you
sound
in the
big.
band? Sorry,
3.
3. Yeah, just 3. Aye.
to create that live sound for like pretty crucial, right?
Oh, absolutely. Aye. Just to make it big, basically all the way through.
And just I don't know.
But it
Like,
does sound massive. It sounds massive on the recording.
Cheers, man. That
I
was
thought
double
there was
stack
like 8
guitars,
of
like.
you.
you know, we keep going. Job getting that.
Cheers, man. Thank you very much.
But yeah, like I don't know. I just kind of like it. Obviously, prior to talking, I was thinking about it in my head, and obviously being a drummer, it's playing live is it's pretty hard, kind of doing what we're doing. Easiest music to do, but it's not overly technical. And I just wonder kind of what's the sort of pre-gig routine like? You guys allow yourself to like drink and get like a little bit drunk before playing, or do you feel like that really messes up?
I think it's just a couple of pints we have. We don't have like too much. We've been lucky. We're generally quite like early on in the bill anyway, so we have like a couple of pints just to loosen up. Sometimes it helps. I think sometimes it helps us with our vocals, especially, and then to get that the excitement across rather than concentrate so much on how technical it is.
Take the edge off,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
like the muscle memory to kind of
yeah, exactly.
drums and stuff. Yeah, no, like that was just something that like watch
Yeah,
super technical stuff. Once again, from a drummer's perspective, I'm watching the drummer, and it always amazes me stamina, physical ability, playing live. been able to do that because I know I couldn't. I know for a fact there's no way I could sit there and
Absolutely.
blast beats for half an hour.
I don't know how Christian does it. Like, like when he always like on the gig, like he just goes full pelt. It's absolutely like insane how he does it. Like as a
It's
mate,
like
if it's
running a
like a mate to
marathon.
watch. Yeah,
Apparently.
maybe it's because I don't know. He knows that that's the half hour of the set or 45 minutes. He just has to go for it or something like that. I don't know, but it just sounds unreal when he plays it.
Waits for like all the adrenaline to build up and then just like
Yeah.
it goes for it. So
Absolutely, aye.
let's have like a good long lie down afterwards.
Absolutely. Couple of pints, chill out.
Yeah, man. So like, sorry, so you got the live stream 27
27th of this month, aye.
2 weeks. Yeah.
Yep.
Then kind of then it's moving on to the
Yep. We've got one on the it will be the all day after that, but 10th of June we've got a gig in Stockton.
You just make me jealous, you know.
We're just dropping ourselves in the deep end. That's what it is. Absolutely, aye.
I mean, it's like, what's kind of your opinion bands do pass the time? Porn week of
All right, aye, yeah.
I saw that. Yeah.
what's like your
I think absolutely brilliant. I've enjoyed watching quite a few and then seeing the ones that are coming up, like Obituary have a really cool one coming up. But I think they've been absolutely mint idea. It's been like some
I
of them
loved
have really
watching the Devin Townsend ones because he's put like some really weird sort of background on it and really tried to kind of make it interesting for people as
Yeah,
well
absolutely.
as like also just him in his garage basically or
Yeah.
his little recording studio. And so there's like this huge contrast between the paying ones and just the little ones he does for the fun.
Definitely, aye.
Yeah, for me, it's like I still don't believe the technology's ready for live streaming.
Absolutely not. It's nowhere near ready. There's like even when I think you just accept that there's going to be an issue at some point during the set.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But you
Aye.
know, I think that on the beginning people just streaming like doing simple stuff, and then they just trying to put more and more, and in the end of the day, whatever what technology you will give for people, that will be not enough for that what they wanted to do. Is the guys that just climb on a mountain and said like, hey, there is no network here. I can't streaming. It's not working.
I need another
It's like,
mountain.
sorry, you are just 8 kilometers from the previous
The nearest
network,
Wi-Fi.
so you can't actually find any signal, and that will be not enough. And I think that's what we have right now. It's a good stuff, and we all know that it's just a live streaming because there is some circumstances like COVID, and that time will go on, and we
Yeah.
come back on the stages. However, I think that's funny, like when you actually can streaming and there is some kind of issue with background. I think it's quite nice even. So
Yeah, I think a lot of people will look back on these times and go, "Oh, do you remember that time when like so and so from BBC, their head fucking started, splitting in half because it was pixel." There'll be like loads of things like that come back from. It reminds me of the '80s, Max Headroom, if you remember him as well, like where it all glitched and stuff in the '80s because like. You don't remember? Oh, Max
I'm
Hedra.
afraid it was before my time as well, anyway. So.
Oh yeah, it was kind of like a sort of spitting image type character, and there was an advert that came out as well that said "re-record, not fade away" for videotapes, and it had him on there, and like his head split in half and stuff like that, and it was basically emphasising the fact that the technology's now here, and you don't have to be like Max Headroom, and I think it's going to be like that when everybody looks back into the fucking YouTube stuff and sees that basically this era, this time was a complete failure when it should have been the ultimate in upgrades and higher speed broadband. And it just has not worked. Microsoft Teams has not fucking worked, Microsoft, because when I go to work, I have to reinstall everybody's fucking Microsoft Teams because they can't get it to fucking load. So you created a pandemic for no reason at all, other than to make me work.
Just took a turn. And we're just spewing out conspiracy theory. Microsoft caused
That's a
COVID-19
joke.
so they
That's a
tell
joke.
Microsoft Teams. It's probably a
Well,
fact.
it came out just before, coincidentally. It came out just before the pandemic hit. And there is loads of conspiracy shit over that as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Watch his TED talk, because that causes some controversy as well.
Most conspiracy
I
is
don't
just coming from Facebook, you know. It's like I hear about that injections, you know, from where? From Facebook. Have you got any medical knowledge? No.
Rolling your
So why
mind.
don't you take a bloody vaccination? Because it's dangerous. I hear that from Facebook, you know. It's like, okay, it's fine. That's the end of the topic, you know.
Exactly. Yeah, Simon, what do you think about like the live streaming shit? Have you watched any of the live streams? No.
Not really.
You don't watch anything, do you?
Nah.
No.
Yeah.
Do you even?
No,
are
because-
you
Get back
even
in his
watching now?
coffin.
Honestly, I've did few gigs of like those. I've watched them, but it's not the same, you know. I can't have my beer. I can't fucking mosh pit. I can't do pretty much anything. So you know what I mean, yeah.
No, but just
What?
mosh pitting at
The
home
bed?
in your pants. I'd pay to watch that.
Okay. I'm afraid of the TVs and all the stuff around, you know. After.
Maybe looking out your window tonight, like peeking through the blinds. Me out there.
I'm
just,
actually I'm quite surprised actually more people aren't doing live streaming, but I think it's because of the disappointment of not gigging. They're just like, well, if I'm not gigging and I'm not getting that feeling live, then I'm certainly not going to try and impress anybody by going and streaming what I do. They can fucking well wait.
And it's stopped.
No, I mean, like, I watch like Purium's live stream. They're cool, but no, I just don't know how to feel.
It's missing something, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I say, it's cool.
Something is missing.
It's like the whole behind the
The
scenes.
key thing.
Yeah. Definitely missing.
Exactly.
I think for me, watching like a live streaming sometimes it's like listen music made it on VST. It's like everything is flat. When you're watching a live music, like being in a club or anywhere in an event, you know, you can see and hear that details when people doing. When you were just watching, everything is flat. That's what they provided, that you're taking, and nothing more, nothing less. And I think this is like, it's obviously it's a necessary now, but I think like everyone just waiting for that moment to just come out from the cages, you know, like beard guys. Yeah, I was here for 1 year, you know. It's like
Finally go back to gigs again.
yeah, whiskey instead blood.
think there
you know,
is- Do you think there's going to be a change when it all resumes back to normal? Do you think people are going to start appreciating
I think-
live music more than they ever have done? Because I mean,
I believe so.
I'm just thinking back again, being an old bastard. I'm thinking back to the 90s where people used to come out in droves to see bands, and they used to pack out the venues, even if they didn't know who was playing, just based on the reputation of, say, a metal pub. They would just turn up anyway and know they were going to have a good time. But I guess around about like 2010 or somewhere around 2009, 2010, when the smoking ban came in, coincidentally, music, and smartphones, and maybe the social media stuff started to take more of a hold. People just dropped off and off and off and off until I was finding I was the only person in our regular venue, apart from maybe like a couple of other like bands and their mates sort of thing. And it just sort of ended up me turning up every week at the like Brickmakers pub or the B2, and I was the only one there, and I'd go for like fucking 6 weeks in a row, and it'd be exactly the same, and I'd be like, hang on, I'm a fucking old dude here. I'm the oldest fucking dude in here, standing here watching bands. Where the fuck are all the
Where's
kids?
everyone got?
Where are all the ones that should be going fucking mental? I really hope that things change and people actually start appreciating music for the effort that bands put into it. But do you think that will happen? I don't know.
Well, firstly, well said. But yeah, Liam, what do you think about that? So we're saying like how I think we're going to see like
I definitely think we'll see a peak and a big surge of people appreciating what they didn't have. I suppose is the way to think about it.
that whole thing of
But,
miss
but
something
who knows
more
after
when
that?
you don't have.
Will it just depreciate again after that? Who knows? Go back to what it was.
Bubble then burst again.
Yeah.
I really don't know how I feel about. Love to think finally going to appreciate playing live gigs again, going to see like supporting your local venues as well, because we've just seen all evaporated because they're fucked over as it is. Can't make any. Because yeah, it just sucks. Like, just really, really sucks to see all these venues going. So I sincerely hope that there is a bit of a renaissance and we all go see our local gigs again.
I also think that people will appreciate of the live gigs and live music, but there will be that one line of doubt about that what's happened. So I think people will start preparing all that live streaming better as well in the same time, because if they started something, they probably will carry on with that. And we have a plan this live streaming as well in the future. So I think that people will be appreciated, but the new thing, they won't disappear so quick. They won't be replaced for live gigs. That will be those two things. They will be going together now. So that's what I'm thinking about that.
Yeah, as you say, I think we're going to see like a mix of both, aren't we? Maybe we're going to see like more gigs being streamed, like live streamed, like over Twitch, or like Facebook Live in live gigs and stuff. I don't know. So we could see sort of like a bit of a mashup of both, but I sincerely hope people, start supporting their local venues and start going out to these smaller gigs. Seeing like guys, like us that aren't maybe on the major circuits yet, and come out and say, come support your local band. Cool. Geez, as obviously I'm gonna pass this out to the people on Twitch as well, but everyone in the band, has anyone got any questions for Liam at this moment? Or even questions, guys on Twitch? Anyone wants to ask us anything? Sorry, Simon.
I have question.
Whoa,
Can I?
Simon
No?
speaking.
Yes?
Holy shit.
Is there anything coming out soon from you guys? Anything new?
From us, it's just in terms of merch, we are bringing out some new stuff. So we've recently just started getting some tapes made with Stump Grinder Records.
Oh, wicked.
Which is meant they kind of tapes are, yeah. They've just started up in America and they wanted to make tapes for us. Like, I was overwhelmed, like that they contacted us to make some tapes. Brilliant stuff, some absolutely like outstanding like bands that
Really?
they've produced, they've
so cool.
released tapes for so far.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
like
when we did the first release of Buried and Forgotten, it was just like CDs. We went for, which we did manage to do somehow.
There's like this kind of really cool novelty aspect about owning tapes, and you're right. It's like the kind of underground grindcore types bands and the fucking the more brutal bands seem to be putting out tapes, and
absolutely,
I think that's great.
People buy them as well.
I love it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, they do.
People go for them.
We did one, and it had a lot of demos on it.
Yeah,
They all went in seconds, and I was like, really? I just stand there for like in the old days, you play it and then you dub it to another tape, don't you? Like, and I had to go through like 50 tapes, fucking dubbing each one on high speed.
That's brilliant. And
I printed all the covers off myself and everything, and like put it in the cases myself and sent them on. But I thought we'd probably sell about 2, but we got rid of all of them. It was amazing. I think
that's brilliant. That's exactly what you want, isn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's making like a whole like vinyl thing. Like the next thing's gonna be tapes.
Yeah.
What's gonna
That's it.
be.
We went for
Yeah.
CDs just because I think CDs are convenient. Like that's what I listen to. CDs, and
Yeah.
that's why I went for that. Although I do love like the sound of vinyl, and I have heard like a few like death metal tapes and that which still sound good.
Yeah.
But like I think CDs just it's the fine line where it's accessible for everyone almost outside of Spotify and all those streaming services.
Yeah, exactly. All things like that. Yeah, I mean, like Spotify is always kind of like the go-to for some reason, like at the minute, and it'll be
Absolutely,
interesting to see like if once again things come full circle a little bit, and we're going to see like a renaissance of like physical copies because there's nothing like a physical copy. I always used to love buying CDs for like the cover art, reading the lyrics on the inside. And,
Absolutely.
you know, you don't get that on Spotify. So
And not just that, like go around your mate's house for the weekend, and you're like, you know, what albums you got, and like looking through
Yeah.
his fucking CD collection, vinyl collection, and now you go around someone's house and they've got nothing. You know, they've got no personality left at all whatsoever.
well, I don't.
And he's like, I love
Show
it
me your
where you can-
Spotify.
where some- yeah, yeah, exactly. Let's have a look at your fucking playlist. You sado. You know?
Just pass the
But
aux
you know,
cord now,
it's
innit? Aye.
like digital music has easy access right now. You know, I bought a CD couple months ago, and I was thinking like, yeah, why not? I would just play in my car, and then I just realized that I don't have a CD player in my car. There's just SSD, you know, and it's like, what the? And it's the CD, you know. on
Why
my
did you
shelf,
bought it then?
for collection, you know, it's like, and it's shit, you know. I think that there is some kind of like a contract between people from the dark side that, okay, we just provide digital music, but you can't release cars with CD. All right, okay, deal. And then it's
Yeah.
like,
That's it. The
what
Sith are behind car
fuck is
sales.
going on?
That
Yeah.
is, again, I think that is one of the biggest tragedies of life is that the whole world has accepted that media and physical copies is defunct enough to be able to release a car without those fucking capabilities in it.
Yeah.
That's a good
You know
point,
what I
that,
mean?
like, aye.
It's fucking disgraceful, really. Car companies, stop it. You know?
Wankers. If you're watching this,
Fix
Stop
it.
you're a bunch
Yeah.
of wankers.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know what the next fucking format is going to be, but you know, the fact that Spotify could end any time. All it takes is one person to go, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm closing it off. A bit
Yeah.
like the whole band. What was that fucking site which just went tits up? That people used to pledge.com.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
was gonna say Napster.
just went just
I was
like
gonna
that,
say that,
just
so,
like
like,
that.
aye.
And it just kind of you know, it just brings together the whole fucking reality of it all is that anything on a computer, anything internet wise can just disappear, but the records, the CDs, the fucking tapes, they'll always be there, and the memories of those physical copies will always be there as well. But the Spotify shit, they're not. You're not going to be able to share memories with,
No.
or the younger generation is not going to be able to share memories with other people. Like you know, like I used to when I used to lend my mates my fucking tapes, and then they'd come back chewed up, and he'd go, "Oh, I'm sorry, mate, I fucking got this fucking tape chewed up in my tape player." But the memory was that whenever I played that tape back, I remember the time they brought that tape back and apologized to me for it chewing up, and now you know Axl Rose goes "Woo," instead of it's those things that I love about the past, really, and I can't pull myself out of the past. Spotify for me, yeah, I listen to it for convenience and to find new bands and stuff, but the quality of it is diabolical unless you pay a subscription, of which none of it goes to the fucking bands. So therefore, I refuse to pay for a subscription. I'd rather listen to the adverts because they're a bunch of fucking assholes, basically, in my opinion.
Yeah, Spotify, you're
What's
fucking
that?
assholes.
Yeah.
But,
The end.
yeah. How much do artists get paid per spin? Isn't it like like 0.03 pence or something per spin?
Something like it's so small.
Less,
You
Yeah.
could add another
less
couple of zeros on that.
0.0003.
Yeah. So like for every like 3 million spins or something, you're gonna get like £1 or something like that.
20 quid.
Yeah, 20 quid.
Oh, about a pound maybe.
Yeah. So it's just fucking diabolical, isn't it? Saying there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way of supporting musicians, and it can't all be about kind of merch sales and all that shite. There's got to be a better way. Like, it feels like our music is just being fucking thrown down the tube. So it's sad times, really, man. Sad times.
Merch sales is definitely where they're at. Like, that's what we found.
Hmm.
Like, over this lockdown, like, merch sales have, like, helped us, like, just keep buying more merch, basically, to give out to like, sell to people.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, like, that's it. Like, you kind of had the old, like, road crews and stuff, like, going around, like, handing CDs out and, shit like that. Like, those were the days. Whereas now people, as I say, use them for frisbees. So, which, funny enough, someone in the chat has just reminded me that that's what I did with my mother's records. Once used them as frisbees. So, when I was, like, 4 or 5 years old. So, of course, a lot of those, like, old vinyls are probably worth a few quid nowadays. So, sorry about that, Mum. My bad. I'll pay you back one day. If you can remember what vinyls they were, find out how much they were. I'll send you the money. Aha, joke's on you. I bet you can't remember.
I'm so angry with you.
Okie dokie. So we're getting towards like the end of the show. Liam, obviously you talked about merch. Could you tell us a bit about like where we can find like more Vulgar Dissection? Like what social media sites you're on, like where we can find your merch, like any cool shit, like where can we find more Vulgar Dissection?
Absolutely. So if you want to find merch for us, you want to buy some like CDs, t-shirts, soon to be tapes, pre-orders will be up very soon. You find our Bandcamp, so I think it's like vulgardissection.bandcamp.com. And then you can find us on Facebook.
Save me one.
Spot on. So Facebook as well. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Amazon Music, all the streaming sites, YouTube. We'll be on YouTube soon. I think it's about 2 months' time. We'll be releasing the lyric video for Sodomized, Cannibalized.
Excellent, which is what we heard obviously on the at the beginning of the show. So yeah, keep an eye out for that.
Is that going to be 18 plus? Type video?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
all videos
ripping the guts out through the cow's vagina.
Absolutely.
Terrible stuff. Terrible.
Absolutely.
We had to find a farm that would let us do it.
Tom Green shit right there.
Yeah. What would he do?
When he like gets inside the deer. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I
so
look
get
forward
inside
to
the
seeing your
animals,
video.
like, not like that.
I've got the first copy of the video today, and it looks class.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Wait.
Like disgusting class. I like it.
Yep.
Awesome, man.
In terms of the tapes as well, you'll be able to find us on Stump Grinder Records and Scumlord. From I think they're in so it's USA in Canada, and then we'll also be selling some of the tapes on our Bandcamp.
Awesome. Sick, man. Cool. So it's like anyone watching back later on YouTube, guys on Twitch, that's where you can check out the Vulgar Dissection stuff. So be sure to check them out. Go drop them a subscribe on YouTube. Go drop them a follow on Facebook.
Now.
Wicked guys. So say Liam, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, my friend. But the show's not over just yet. Don't get too comfortable. Because this is the moment of truth.
I know what's coming here. I know.
This is Camille's favourite bit. This is. So this is the Hedra.
Your
the answers
choice.
no one wants to hear. And it's quite nice actually just having you here, Liam, because obviously the last few times we've done this, what we do is we ask you to pick a number between 1 and 25. I just had to check. So we're going to ask you to pick a number between 1 and 25. But of course, the last few shows we've had like a whole band on, so it's been pretty tricky to do it because you're sort of like, yeah, can one of you guys pick a number, and then they all argue and have a fight about who's going to pick the number. So well, it's usually the guy that doesn't say anything is usually the one that gets to pick the number. So so Simon, what number are we going to pick? I joke. See what I did there? No. Okay, fine.
Just pick it, Simon. Go on.
No, sorry, Liam. So can you pick a number
Should I?
for me? No, piss off, Simon. Stay in
go
your
number-
box.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Ooh, another little doozy. So we haven't had number 5 before. So this.
How did we?
Oh no, we haven't had it. We haven't had number 5
Sean,
yet. So
are you including all the questions that the other bands put in?
so they are included
You are?
into the draw. Yes. Obviously,
Oh,
Liam, before
Oh,
you will get your
Good luck.
chance to add your question to this list.
Cross
so-
fingers.
That
so
is
right.
very pro attitude.
number
very good at this.
5.
Number 5. Okay, so Liam, and obviously this will go out to Jim, Camille, and Simon. Obviously, once you've given your answer. But would you rather have sex with a chimp or let a chimp have sex with you?
Have sex with a chimp, definitely.
You'd rather have sex with a chimp?
Yeah, I feel like I'd have the control.
Yeah, you can handle.
It's never under control.
Yeah, I'm a giver,
Become-
not a taker. So there would have to
Become
be
one
the
with the
fucking
chimp.
chimp.
Become
Become
one.
one with the chimp. You know, you'd be the one picking its
Absolutely.
hair as you're doing your thing.
I've had a few girlfriends that look a bit like chimps anyway.
Oh, Jim, please do tell us more.
Yeah.
After midnight, guys. After midnight.
After midnight. Is that, yeah, that's
Hairy beasts.
the Hedra after
in the
show is where we
80s.
talk about sex with chimps. So Lynn would rather have sex with a chimp. Jim would rather have sex with a chimp. Mill, Simon, is the chimp having sex with you, or are
Same.
you sexing
I'm-
up the chimp?
I'm going for the same.
This is
I'm
pretty
going for the same. I
unanimous,
don't want to be
isn't it?
raped by chimp. Come on.
I don't say anything about
Sounds like a
rape.
good song.
That's
I'm
it.
sure that's like a development song or something like that. Ripped by chimp.
What about
or
you,
something.
Sean?
What about me?
Yeah,
Oh,
Sean. What about you?
I don't know. It's interesting, isn't it? Because trying to hold down the chimp's going to be a bit of a task. And once again, like,
That's a good point. aye.
I feel I'd have to kind of get into like the whole chimp love making and kind of do the little thing where they pick the bugs out of each other's hair, and I don't really want to do that. So
Is
you
the
know.
chimp from a zoo or is it like a chimp from the wild?
See now once again that's where it really
I
kind
want to
of
know. I
messes
think
things
that would.
up.
I think that would help.
Does the
Question
chimp
here: Does the
chimp have gig-
does the chimp have gig tickets?
I just read that.
the dime. See, like we're putting a real big spin on this. I think this is the first time we've really had such an open-ended question.
I'm crying.
Okay, the dime. Does the chimp have gig tickets? It depends. It depends. Give me give me a gig, my friend. What gig is it? And then maybe that will change our view of whether the chimp sexes us up or we sex up the chimp. So
I'd say Damnation tickets because Damnation's just sold out.
okay, so he's got Damnation and okay. So I mean, you're not going to want to sex a chimp up. You're going to let the chimp sex you up to get the gig tickets, right?
That's,
No.
that's a good point, isn't it?
That's what I mean.
Well, it's a good lineup, like I suppose.
Yeah. So which way do you go about this? Do you just let it happen? I'd go see Wham right now.
Oh, that wouldn't look very good on stage, to be honest, right now.
We're getting sexed up by a chimp. Yeah. So like I said, the whole chimp love making thing. It's I mean, it's not going to have fun.
We will be famous. Come on. Let's do
trying
it.
to pick bugs out of my hair because I haven't got any hair. So
No
well,
one did it before.
I'm probably not going to satisfy the chimp very much. So I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I can't answer that one. But then again, for Wham tickets. Okay. I think it comprehensively covers that one.
Yeah.
Freeslee, welcome Freeslee. How's it going, my friend? I'm quickly moving on.
Cut. Cut.
Oh, wasn't Freesley, was it?
Freeslee was
Do not-
just
This has
popped up in
gone
the chat.
horribly wrong.
Oh, Leroy managed to just said that.
Is that Liam? Is it?
So
Don't go
Leroy,
that way.
Leroy is from Phalanx, from Hartlepool
that's
as
a
well.
dude.
Well,
Dude,
I play
email
guitar
us.
for
Email
Phalanx
us.
as well.
Oh, do you? Okay, we're gonna get you on
Yeah,
for a
I
later
think, yeah.
show, definitely.
I'll definitely be back, like, spin class.
100%. We'd love to have you back. So we'll say, but definitely with Phalanx as well. So you guys need to let us know, man. Freeslee, pull your finger out. And we'll definitely get you back, obviously, to answer another question. So hopefully no more chimp sex. So Liam, obviously,
Oh, Sean.
Go on.
Your mum
Thank
says
God.
she's been out with some chimps herself.
yeah, she has. Yeah, I'll give her that.
I was going to reply, is that where you came from? But
Certainly is.
Now I know from where you got those questions.
God.
I know now. Sean, what you've done.
Okay, I'm not implying my
Speak
dad
the
fucked
truth
me.
now.
Okay, you dirty
Right,
bastard.
so you're going to finish up now with the end part, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm swiftly moving on.
Mm.
Liam, would you like to offer a would you rather question to add to our phenomenal list, which we've obviously
Or
got?
would you rather?
Would you rather? Would you go on? What would you rather? Go on, tease me.
Let's go with a vulgar dissection related one.
Oh yes.
Would you rather fuck a corpse or be fucked by a zombie, like a live corpse, like a cannibal corpse?
Right.
Plug in there.
Okay, I'm gonna go zombie.
Yeah, let's
Cool.
go with zombie, but let's get that plug in there.
Too right. I'm gonna put that at the end. I'm just gonna put vulgar dissection. Then I'll say it, and there we go.
I'm
Happy
surprised
days.
you didn't say something like, "Would you rather die from like a vulgar dissection, or from
Yeah. Oh
a
man.
chainsaw?"
I need to
to
stop
the
asking people these
bollocks?
questions. Are we gonna get some like? Would you rather listen to my band or listen to my band? So yeah. Oh man. Damn it. Okay. Right. That's been added to the list. So that'll go in there. I think actually we've got a corpse related one somewhere up.
What is the other corpse related one?
Oh, but see if I give it away, it's gonna ruin future shows, Liam. You know. You might have to, when you next come on with the
I
guys,
know, yeah.
you might have to ask it then. You see.
If you secretly give us the number, then I'll.
Oh, maybe. A little backhander, mate. A little backhander. Give us a fiver. I'll give you the number. But book us a gig in Hartlepool. I'll give you the number, mate. So that's how it works. Dude, it's been class having you here, man. Thanks so much for coming to hang with us.
Been excellent. Enjoyed that.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
man. Say we'd love
Yeah,
to have you back.
thank you.
Say with
What
the
are you
other
drinking
guys.
there anyway?
San
Thank
Miguel.
you.
San Miguel.
I'll just San Miguel.
What's Jim on? He's on
I'm
the Stella.
Stellas. I'm on
On
the
the
old
Stella.
fine white beer.
Simon's.
I'm on
what's
the
he-
water.
Oh, yeah. Camille's on the water.
Camillon.
Simon lost connection.
Oh no! What a shame.
Oh,
he's
there
back.
he is again.
Oh, he's come back. Simon, are you there? Simon, can you hear me?
Yes.
Simon, what are you drinking tonight?
Beer, brownie.
Beer, Peroni.
Peronis. What about you,
Peroni.
Sean?
That's
Cool.
Sober, Sean.
Sorry, my
I
friend.
lost connection.
Oh, what you like? Silly old Hector.
Hmm. Are
Terrible.
you're not drinking beer tonight then, Sean?
Who, me? Nah,
Hmm.
Budweiser.
All right, bud.
No, that's not a
Bad.
beer.
What?
Yeah,
It's
it's-
not. What? King of Beers, apparently. It even says it on the
Says
can.
it.
King of
Big
Beers. So it is a
Budweiser.
beer.
I've
Fanny.
never heard about that.
The lying.
You're a fanny.
Woo!
Yeah, Liam, man, thanks so much for coming and hang with us. Once again, we'd love
Brilliant.
to have you back with the Phalanx guys at some time. So drop us an email, man. We'll get you back.
Absolutely, definitely be back. Really enjoyed this.
Yeah, best of luck with your live stream in a
Yeah.
couple of weeks, man. As I say, and we'll yeah. I don't know what's going on here. 1 minute, sorry. But yeah,
I look forward to meeting the rest of your band at some point as well. So, yeah.
Absolutely, aye. Absolutely.
I know we're a bunch of twats, but you have to try and get them to come on.
Aye, they'll be on.
Right, we've got to
Definitely.
try. But yeah, we'll definitely
Tell
get you
them
back
about
on
the
live
chimp.
Cool. So yeah,
Bring
we'll
on
catch
the
you.
They will love it.
monkeys.
We'll catch you soon. Take it easy, guys. Thanks for coming hanging with us.
Good
Cheers.
stuff.
See you
See you
later.
later, guys.
Adios.
And we're out of here. Cool, nice one.